And we are back once again for our Thanksgiving special right here on the Prince Magnum channel. Okay, folks, we're down to the last little bit. Princess Faye just got through bouncing in dessert, which just happens to be some basic box brownies. And for me, uh, we've got one more main dish to do, and that's our pan-fried tilapia fish fillets, okay? Now, I'm wearing out, guys. I'm wearing out. You all have seen Prince Magnum, a lot of cooking today. Princess Faye and I have been busting our butts. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna reach over, and I'm gonna turn this up to about a medium-high heat over here to get our non-stick skillet going. Then we're gonna turn like such. I don't know how well you. There we go. Almost like we knew what we were doing. Almost. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and lay down a couple of fillets like such. Okay, we're gonna hit it with some sea salt, both sides. Okay, both sides, and of course a little bit of black pepper, both sides again. Okay, bam. There we go. Now be careful, don't go hog wild on it. I said a little bit, we're not looking to drown these suckers. Okay, those can sit for just a moment. We're gonna go ahead and thank you to our friends over at Dollar Tree and Deloge for hooking us up with some vegetable oil. Again, it's only $1. Just pour that on real nice like. And okay, right now we're just waiting for this pan to kind of come up to temperature. Don't push it. You're not using a whole lot of oil. You're just splashing a little bit in there. A couple teaspoons, maybe 3 or 4 at the worst. Once this comes up to temperature, we're going to throw our fillet. We're going to show you how to properly dredge your fillets. We're going to get them in there. And then when they're done, they come out. Doing a total of, looks like, what, 6? 6? Shoot, I don't remember. Oh. I'm tired, folks. I've been at this all day. Okay. Again, for those that have been kind enough to join us, thank you. For those that are watching us on the playback, thank you as well. Okay. Alrighty. Now we're going to go ahead and lightly dredge both sides of your fish. Okay. You're going to lightly shake off the excess. Okay. Just like that. Just like that. Lay that in. Again, same thing with the other one. Both sides. Now, because of the nature of fish, even though this is non-stick, jiggle the pan. Just jiggle the pan a little bit, okay?
Jiggle.
Exactly. Okay, now, we got that going. Let that sit for a couple of minutes. Again, about medium-high heat. If it's numbered in between the 6 and the 7, if you got a crappy stove, if you got a good one, eyeball it. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do all of our fish fillets right now. Okay. We're going to go ahead and coat with our lemon butter sauce. Have a sheet of aluminum foil on standby. Please note the progression that I'm using. Fish fillet right here on a plate, right like such. The plate I'm using to do the salt and peppering. The bowl of all-purpose flour that's right here for the dredging. The hot pan itself, and a plate and a pan to catch the cooked fish. That's simple, folks. Boom, 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 boom. Done. Okay? Some people, I mean, and I'm bad about it too, is I'll get really disorganized really quick, and that's not a good thing. Especially when you're dealing with raw food, and even more so when you're dealing with things like raw chicken. So, do you, me, and everybody you know a big favor. Be careful with that, okay? Because especially raw chicken, when you talk salmonella and things like that, okay? So make sure that you have a natural progression, okay? So, now we're at that stage where we're going to go ahead and see. Okay. That doesn't look bad at all. All right. And see, the nature of tilapia, basically the fibers are starting to separate a little bit. And that pretty well lets you know that as the fibers on one side are starting to separate a little bit, you're pretty well close to done. So you'll go ahead and give it a good flip. It's a little warm, so be quick about it if you have to hold with your opposite hand. So do me that favor, just be careful, okay? Cooking should be fun, not dangerous, okay? So that does come into play every now and again. All right, there we go. Again, moving it around a little bit, getting that nice, and the flour in here with the oil, and of course the moisture let off by the tilapia. What you will actually get is a nice crust, okay? And that crust is amazingly good. If you like it a little, a little browner than what we've got right here, go for it. If you like it a nice darker brown, go for it. Just be careful, okay? Because the funny thing about fish that I've learned is it's either done or it's overdone, and you're trying to look for that sweet spot in the middle, and it only takes a few moments to go from one way or the other, okay? We got a moment. All right, there we go. It's starting to look like something. Starting to look like something. Smells real good too. And I know normally this is where I make the crack about the smell-o-vision and everything. The real truth of it is if you go to make this yourself, this smells really good. Smells very delicious. And this would actually go really well right next to your standard American long grain white rice dish. Maybe even some steamed vegetables, okay, if you're not making this for a Thanksgiving dinner. Either way, it's up to you, okay? And you don't even have to make the lemon butter sauce. This also goes well with some sauteed mushrooms as well.
I think we've done that before, too.
I believe we have. I believe we have. Okay, we're going to go ahead and evacuate these from the pan. All right? I'm going to go ahead and splash in just a little bit more vegetable oil. Again, we got this literally this much for $1 from our friends at Dollar Tree. Depends on how you view it, but to us that's a pretty sweet deal. Okay, $1's a dollar, you know. All right, so again, fish down, salt and pepper both sides, just as you've seen us do with the first set. Okay, don't go hog wild. You know, just get a few good grinds of each on each side, okay? We're gonna flip. Rinse and repeat, okay? Again. And this time we are using sea salt. For the simple fact that, we've got other types of salt. Let's use something else too, okay? Alrighty, here we go. Pan is good and hot. Again, when you go to dredge, both sides, get it good and coated, okay? Just like that. Get the excess off, okay? Into the pan. There we go. Boom. Let's hurry up. Let's not waste time because we've got to jiggle the pan. All right. There we go. All right. Now we're at that stage. Again, give the pan a jiggle. Just like that. Like that.
You gotta do the butt thing.
All right. And again, don't move it around a whole lot, okay? Let these cook one side and then flip it over. Don't flip, 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 flip. I mean, sometimes that happens, and that's okay. Sometimes that happens, where you got to flip, 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 you know, until you get it right. But try to avoid it, okay? It takes forever if you do it that way. Now, if you have not done so at this point, you're going to need some lemons, okay? You're definitely going to need some lemons for our lemon butter sauce that's coming up here in just a bit, okay? So get you some lemons, and you definitely also want some parsley. In this case, we have some dehydrated parsley that you can buy off the shelf and save one. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry about that, folks. The live stream had just briefly crashed. Okay, so we're back on. We're rocking and rolling. Okay, I don't know what that was. I don't even have a clue. All right, so let's go ahead and give our fish a flip. Again, be careful. Oh, this is going to be good. All right, now, again, give it just a moment. Give it a good jiggle, just like that. Because, again, lots of protein in fish, okay? I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to go ahead and salt and pepper our last fish fillet. 5 in total is what we're doing. We are going to do that lemon butter sauce. Initially, I wasn't going to, but I went ahead and said, doggone it, we've done it every other time. Let's do it again, okay? So, we're going to do it again. And Princess Faye is working on dessert, which is just some box brownies. Follow the directions, folks. As she is doing a double batch. And maybe sometime we might do actual full-on homemade, from scratch, brownies. But we're not there yet. All right, so we've got our other filet on standby, ready to go. All we got to do is dredge it and in the pan to go. Yeah. Again, it's up to you, but you can, you know, again, you can take it to any color you like that. See what I mean? Whatever you like. You know, we'll have different looking ones. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Got the heat just right. Okay. Now, again, quick splash of veggie oil. All right. Swirl that around a little bit. All right. Again, boom. Just like that. Okay? And into the pan. Last one. Folks, we are coming down to the wire. All right. Again, move it around a little bit. Kind of give it that jiggle. Let it go. All right. Again, as I started to say before we had that brief crash, have some lemons on standby. Hey, what's up? What's cooking? We're doing, right now, we're actually on the final steps. Doing pan-fried fish fillets, tilapia. And, of course, we're working up to the lemon butter sauce. And since you probably didn't get a chance to see all the other stuff we cooked, we're going to be doing a final review so everyone can see what we've done through the different parts from the special today. So, okay? So don't think for a second you're going to miss out on seeing all this live. Okay? And earlier in the first part, we did the reveal where Prince Magnum got to take off the sunglasses. We'll talk more about why that's now a thing in an upcoming In Your Face. Just not today. I'm tired. Okay. I even shaved a little extra close today, you know, for this moment. All right. We're down to, oh, look at that. Look at that.
I'm getting in everybody's way, sorry.
All right. What was this? Yeah, the lack of sunglasses, it's just becoming it's actually becoming more of a hassle than anything, just because a lot of stuff that we're getting into now requires me to actually have my full-on vision. But that's okay. But we'll talk more about this in an upcoming episode. All right. Right now, our finished tilapia is right here. I'm going to kind of move it around just a little bit. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. Because when it comes time for the lemon butter sauce, you're going to see how this works. Again, we've got a total of 2 lemons on standby, along with some actual butter. You know, lemon, butter, salt, anyhow. For those of our vegan friends, you can probably swap that out for, believe it or not, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I want to read it. Be quiet.
Will you stop?
Oh, okay.
I'll show you how to read it. You just bump the bottom. Yeah. All right.
Earthquake! Earthquake!
Here, like this. There you
Okay.
go. There we go. All righty.
Cool.
Now we're going to turn down the heat at this point. Let the pan cool off just a bit. Now, the next thing we got to do is we got to grab a couple of tablespoons of butter.
Butter, butter, butter. Butter, 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 butter.
Now we've already got some different, you know, the vegetable oil in there. That's not going to hurt a thing. Okay, there we go. We're going to let that foam out a little bit, all right? And just as you're starting to smell a kind of a nutty aroma, please be careful when you do this. The pan could catch fire, so do be careful. That is a lot of steam. Please, again, be very, very careful. This is also a great way to get your hand exercise, build up that your hand coordination. Great for building up hand strength, which is why I don't mind doing it. Boy, look at that. Probably should spend time doing that with my left hand, too. Help out my left hand. All right. And we're down to that last little bit. There we go. I'm going to turn the heat back up just a little bit and let everything brown up nice. There we go. There we go. Don't worry about the lemon seeds it gets in there. Normally I say don't try not to get seeds in there, and I'll even say that this time, but if it happens, it's not the end of the world. I've never had it hurt anything that I've done. And you're going to gently pour right over the top, just like that. Just like that. Now we're going to reach over here. Going to move some dirty plates out of the way. And we're going to grab our dehydrated parsley. Love parsley.
How much time is left on that timer, love?
About 5 minutes. There we go. Sprinkle that right over the top. A little bit, a lot, whatever your flavor. Just like that. And we are now set to go ahead and put the aluminum foil right over the top to preserve our heat, okay? And that'll also help the lemon butter sauce from not setting up like a rock. Because funny thing about those sauces, they will do that as soon as they start cooling. And then it's just nasty. Anyhow, there we go. All right. I think we've about got all the awesome stuff covered. Okay? Other than the brownies, but that's still forthcoming. Let's go on over. And let's take a look at the Prince Magnum channel's Thanksgiving spread. Okay? Let's mosey on over. Probably look a little different on camera with without the shades. Wonder if I look my age. Anyhow, we know I'm old. All right, let's set this down and let's begin. We have our tilapia right here that we just finished. But right here, we also have our tuna steaks that we grilled earlier. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. The aroma is fantastic, folks. I'm telling you. We're going to cover that back up. We also have our big plate of biscuits sitting right here. These are just store-bought Walmart buttermilk biscuits, the flaky kind, of course. All right. And we did that earlier. We have right here our special cranberry sauce with blue cheese added to it. Had to melt it down. And of course, there's the blue cheese on top and all throughout it. Okay, melted it down and worked it in. And that's an amazing little trick I learned actually from my personal favorite chef, Chef Alton Brown, of the TV show Good Eats. It was on the Food Network. I don't know if it's still on or not. But
It's not.
it's not. Figures. But and then of course I melted it down, had layer of blue cheese, a little bit of cranberry sauce, layer of blue cheese until I ran out of the ingredients, and then once that was all done, threw that into the fridge. Absolutely, haven't tried it before, but I imagine it's pretty doggone good. Okay, so that is that. On top of that, we also did, Princess Faye did her amazing Velveeta macaroni and cheese right here that had tuna added to it to go along with the theme of what we're doing here on the Prince Magnum channel, which is a seafood Thanksgiving, which again, if you did not know this, well, the original Thanksgiving itself, seafood was there. It wasn't just turkey, There was also deer. Okay, then, remember how we made brown rice? Well, there it is again. A little bit of, just imitation crab meat, or K crab as it's sometimes called, and some vegetables that we sweated, along with some brown rice. Smells amazing. Well, there's also garlic in there too. We did that as well. Showed you all how to do that. A lot of amazing food. And of course, we also have our bacon wrapped Smokies, which I had to yell at Princess Faye to get her doggone mitts out of it till it was time to eat. There you go. And we've all seen these made here on the Prince Magnum channel a couple different times. For those who need a quick review. All right. Take and cut up some bacon strips, wrap them around your little Smokies, roll those around in a little bit of barbecue sauce, and you wrap the bacon around it, toothpick through it, roll it around in some barbecue sauce, put them on some sort of a baking sheet with a cooling rack, slide it into the oven, believe it or not, in a cold oven, and set your thermostat for about 420 degrees Fahrenheit. When the preheat turns off, set your time. Make sure your timer's set and go for 20 minutes. And then when they come out, roll them around in a little bit more barbecue sauce, and there is an amazing dish that we call our our barbecue bacon wrap Smokies. And absolutely a favorite here at HQ, and believe it or not, at my job. Okay, and of course, we have a nice coffee drink that we made. Now, if you missed that, real quick, very easy. A few ice cubes in the very bottom because some of the liquids that are going to go in are very hot. You can put two cups of 2% or whole milk in. Then 1 full batch of the Prince Magnum Channel's vanilla syrup in, and then 5 to 12 cups of coffee, hot right off the burner, in here. Chill and serve when it comes time. Okay? So there you have it. Other than the brownies, that's it. Wow! That is a lot of cooking, folks. We actually started about noon today, and we are now coming down to the last little bit. All right. Whew. I'm getting too old to work like this. All right. Again, today has been an exciting day of a lot of cooking, and you all have got to see the Prince Magnum channel do what it does best. This is just a Thanksgiving special for all of you to, there are some of you out there that you didn't really get to go home for the holidays. I know my very first Thanksgiving, I went over to Soberman's place and had Thanksgiving with his family. Myself and at that time, the woman, the mother of my son, Prince Python, we went over there, and that's where we had our Thanksgiving dinner. No, I take that. And we also went over to her family's that year. I didn't go see my family because, I was still fairly new to sobriety. So there, I didn't have much in the way of family to go see. That being said, I know some of you didn't really have that option, just like me when I first got sober. So maybe this was an opportunity for you to come and enjoy Thanksgiving with the Prince Magnum channel. To kind of invite us into your home to do some cooking, and for us to share what we do best here on the channel. And maybe it was in the process of all that, we were able to lift up your spirits just a little bit. If we did, I can at least say that's one thing that I can be very thankful for this holiday season. If we had that opportunity to make your holidays a little bit brighter. Okay. Along with all of this, again, we're just waiting for the brownies to go off.
It'll be another 25 minutes.
Another 25? Okay, that's fine. That's fine, baby. Let's go ahead and start winding this down because I don't know about the rest of you. I am really, really hungry. Again, I know I started cutting, actually I started late last night, kind of prepping some stuff, and we're now just winding down, other than the dessert, the brownies, which are in the oven right now. That's all that's left. And if you've seen boxed brownies, you pretty well know what to expect. If you've never seen boxed brownies, where have you been? Again, maybe sometime we might have to try that here on the Prince Magnum channel, doing brownies without the box. I don't know. I've never really tried. But I hear it's really good. Just see if we can do it. Just see if we can do it. But you know what? For the record, there's nothing wrong with the box because doggone it, sometimes convenience is nice. Especially when you've got a spread like this here, okay? Believe me. If that was all we were going to do, yeah, let's go ahead and do it from scratch. But no, we have done a lot of cooking today. And I don't think I could even attempt to do, or even Princess Faye. She's done like a total of, well, this is her third dish today, and she's been right in with me prepping the whole way on so many other dishes that we have done today. Let me say right now, I don't think I could have even gotten a quarter of this if it hadn't been for her help. As a matter of fact, she was the one that was setting up, while I was getting the tuna steaks ready. She was out there setting fire to things. That looked like, don't tell them everything. Don't tell them I like setting fire to things. Hey, there's nothing wrong with setting fire to things. Again, we used the last of the vegetable oil from Burt TV to set fire to that charcoal. Uh, no, no, we've used it for other stuff. We've used it for other stuff here on the channel. Um, you know, so again, today has been and most of you out there, believe it or not, I believe wholeheartedly knows the plight here on the channel. So you've also got to see it wasn't like where we were kind of fit, that the whole thing where it was this was prepped over here, and there was all these extras. No, it was just Princess Faye and myself doing the cooking. And believe it or not, I mean, the bulk of the cooking and the prep work and everything started at about noon today. But I was actually working on stuff, late last night. We went out shopping late last night. And by golly, I'm freaking tired, folks. But that's what, a lot of us know exactly what that's like. Okay. So again, we're coming down to the wire. You've all got to see all the stuff that we have laid out. Again, was it worth it? Heck yeah! And on top of that, we got to skip the bird this year. I got nothing against it. The turkey, Thanksgiving. There's nothing wrong with it, but there was, everyone says, well, it's traditional. Well, actually, it's last century's traditional. If you go back in your history and really take a look at the first Thanksgiving, what written records we do actually have, seafood was on the menu, deer meat was on the menu. I think even eel was on the menu, pumpkin. There was a lot of things that was on the menu. Turkey was only one of the things that was on the menu during the original Thanksgiving. The second year, there was no Thanksgiving, and it was kind of underground for years, and it wasn't until Abraham Lincoln that we actually got Thanksgiving. And even then, it wasn't like what we would think of today. So, being Native American, I thought it would be kind of hilarious to kind of, I guess flip off the white traditional stuff this year and just do something different, kind of going back to when the Native Americans allowed the Pilgrims to land on Plymouth Rock and that sort of thing. All right, so that brings us to a good stopping point. If you watch the playback, that is fantastic. If you joined us in the live streams today, thank you all so much. It was good to see any comments and just thank you all for joining us for Thanksgiving. I want to thank the Maverick Nation again for a wonderful, I guess you could say a wonderful harvest this year of people joining us here on the Prince Magnum channel. Because, I mean, ultimately, the original Thanksgiving was to celebrate a fantastic harvest. So thank you all so much, for the harvest of growing the channel one more year. So that's where we're at. All right. Be sure to check me out on the usual social media spots. You know where to find me. Be sure to check out the Patreon account. If you have anything to donate, it's always a plus. And if you even, if you're so inclined, you might want to consider becoming a member of the High Mileage Club. Not the High Mile, the High Mileage Club. Those are two different things in this case. And on top of that, as usual, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is, just do something with yourself. Idle hands and a creative mind do not make good bedfellows. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet, and even if it's not Thanksgiving, you might want to make them one of these fantastic dishes that we have done today. And, as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.